Realtors, let's be real. You didn't get into this business to spend hours and hours buried in emails, struggling to stay on top of tasks, or even chasing leads. You are here to build relationships, help customers buy and sell their next homes. So what if I told you you could use AI to be that personal assistant, handling those emails, organizing those tasks, and keeping you ahead of your competition? So today, what we're going to do is break down, I think, some of the top AI tools, or really solutions, that will help you work smarter, not harder. And at the end, I even got hopefully a free guide for you. So let's start implementing today. Stick around. Let's dive in. So let's kick things off with ChatGPT. Again, it's one of the probably most popular AI tools out there. There are many, many in place, but this is probably the most popular. And not just because it can help you write certain just things like listing descriptions, but what I like about ChatGPT is because it can actually be your AI-powered assistant for essentially anything in your business. So how can ChatGPT save you hours and hours of time? Well, we could start writing things about how do we respond on emails. So I could say, give me an email response to my new lead inquiring how I can help and in their search process for buying a home. Make it fun and enjoyable in my voice. With the goal of getting them to respond. And you'll see in here, I will get an email sending the follow-up in place in here. Now, one of the other things that I like about this as well is while you're looking at this, this is a great little email in place. And again, if you have a CRM, you can actually just put this right into there and be ready to go, right? So this could be, a campaign. So another thing that I really do like about this is one of the ways you can set up a campaign, just kind of as I hinted at. You'll see down here it says customized ChatGPT responses. That's coming soon. Conversations. There are some new functionality coming out all the time. But I also could sit there and say, now create a 8-touch email campaign starting with this email. And what you're going to see while this is going on and creating it is this is actually going to be creating the whole email campaign in place where I will have all these in place. And again, if I have a CRM, I could just put these in here, copy, paste, essentially, identify the timeline, and I am ready to go with these responses. And this will help make my life really tremendously easier. And as you can see here, through the miracles of time, we now have updated email campaign that's in place and ready to go. Next, what you're going to see is the ability on ChatGPT just to create those task lists and put those into place to make this work for you on a daily basis. So you could come in here and say, give me a breakdown of my 5 main tasks for today. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't actually have authorization to use it, but there's actually task management being implemented slowly throughout ChatGPT. So not only can I write this in place, but I will eventually be able to have it update me every morning and come through and do this, which is absolutely outstanding. And if I come in here and do this, it will come down. Now, mine's going to be a little different than this is for most of you, but you will see that I have all these in place and ready to go, and it's telling me what to do, how to get going, what's next, and how to make it happen. So this is, I think, one of the better ones out there. Last but not least, as far as this high-powered assistant goes, is remember one of the things that we can actually do in there, besides writing those listing descriptions, which is what we hear all the time, and it's valuable to do that, but there's more to doing a listing than just a listing description. So one of the things that we want to make sure we can do is project plan. So one of the things that I can come out there and put in place is just a simple little prompt that says, create a step-by-step marketing plan for launching a new listing, including social media posts, email campaigns, open house promotion. And once I do that, I can come out here and it's going to give me an exact plan. And you could take some of these on and off, right, if you wanted to. You didn't have to have all of these in place in here. But this is really good, right? Prepare listing, assets, boom, 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 floor plan, tease the listing, email your database, coming soon, right? You are starting to see all of these in place. And it will continue to create this program. As you can see in here, again, through the magic of time, it has created basically a whole lot of content. And again, you can outline this through this here. I would recommend, again, I actually have a class on AI to actually get more out of this, but this is definitely an amazing, awesome start from the very beginning. So this is another great solution. And what I like about this is project management, right? You put this in place. Now you can put it in Trello, your CRM, whatever, and you can get this done. All right. So we're done with the ChatGPT AI, but let's talk as your assistant. Let's talk about social media though. And when you start talking about social media, I just can't help, but we're going to actually have to talk about, well, Canva. There's tools like Jasper too. We're not going to get into that one because it is a paid solution, but Jasper is a very solid tool. There's other ones out there as well. I mean, you have Photoshop. You have a lot of tools these days that are getting this round. But one of the things I love about Canva, again, a lot of you can do for free, but for a very inconsequential cost, you can absolutely get Canva for a solution. But if I write just a post in here that says create a sold social media post for engagement. Notice first thing, I'm going to get some of my designs or things that might match that. Obviously, most of these don't look like that. But if I come down a little bit further, now I have all of these amazing posts. And all I have to do is pick on one of these. Like, I really like this one. Doesn't really match my colors, but I really like this. I can pick this one and say, okay, great, let's customize it. And now I have it in place here. And when I am working on this as a post, one of the things you're going to see in here is, as long as I have spent time up front working on my brand, I can come out here and just shuffle the colors so it matches my branding. I could easily come in here and put my picture in place. And now I can make the edits here. I could put my company logo and I could be done here relatively quickly with mine, put the address in here, put the new picture of my branding up here, and I can have an amazing post put out there very quickly. It takes me no time. And I'm going to tell you a little pro tip in here. If you do pay for things, there's extra apps you have access to. Like one of my favorites is Bulk Create. So if you wanted to create 5 to 10 pieces of content, all you have to do is bulk them out and you'd have all the logos in place here. So just to give you an idea, that's See if I go back to the home page real quick. One of the things that I do a lot of is I do that a lot, and that's what this was. I created a template file, and then all of a sudden I just bulk created, and they all got created relatively quickly. I didn't have to do much with it. So that with ChatGPT is really, really helpful. So don't forget about that Canva-based solution. So one of the things we want to talk about next is, I think one of the things we got to be worrying about is how do we find our clients? And you got tools. Maybe you have some access to some of these. I have access to a tool called Remine, and I love Remine. Now, it's more predictive analytics and AI, but when you have access to tools like this, I could come in here to a community, and I can find my town. I can start putting some criteria. It uses some predictive analytics and some AI-based functionality that when you come in here, I can start picking categories like, okay, I want 15 to 20 years of home ownership, and I want a sell score of high. And when I do this, now I got 79 properties. Actually, one of the things that I want to do is make sure that it's off market. And when I'm here, one of the things you're going to see now, I still got 79 properties that I can start marketing to. I can send emails to. I can, as long as I can, if they have the email, but I can definitely send mailers to the address in place here and move on from that scenario, which is really nice because now I have a database of names that I can start marketing to. This becomes extremely helpful for systems in place to help those agents find their next buyer and or seller. Now, I will also tell you one of the things that you can be looking to do in here is start using ChatGPT and AI, because you can actually build some of that criteria in there. Now, you're not going to get names in there, but you can help it to help you know what are the criteria or what are the people that are most likely to sell and buy in an area. Start asking questions and moving forward. It's a really solid solution. There's other tools out there. Reevaluate is another one that does that. Realist is another one that has some of those in place. There are a ton, to be honest with you, that do a lot of these type of things. Offers, OFFRS, is another one that's AI-driven property scoring. It's really good. So they all have costs, though, unless they're given to you by your MLS, which mine is, which is why I'm showing that one here. So it's right there. Let's talk next about follow-up, or really more about automated responses. And I really can't template this out right now because I am literally just at the beginning of playing with this particular example. But there is a tool called ManyChat. And ManyChat is an amazing tool that exists out there for you that you can tie into your tools like Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger, even TikTok at this point in time. And as long as it puts the one word in there, guide, sell, CMA, whatever, right? It will give a response. And the nice thing about this is it's an item of value response that you're trying to give your clients, which, what does that mean? That means if they're willing to give that information out, their Instagram, whatever account information, now you are willing to give them something in return, a free CMA, a 5 tips for selling your home, whatever it may be, you can have that in place and it automatically go out and you're lead generating. This is crucial because I'm going to tell you the reason why it's so important is follow-up, especially online, has to be done in seconds, not minutes, and definitely not hours. So how can you automate these tools? Again, you can even build your own ChatGPT API tool that will come out there and build some of that in place. Some of your CRMs are already built in that. Watch previous videos that we talked about CRMs in there because those are in place as well, and that may be helpful for you as well. I'll be honest with you, if a CRM right now these days doesn't have some of that automated AI response, it's going to be there. Now, I'm going to throw a caveat out here for all you folks, because one of the things I want you to understand about AI, and especially chatbot functionality, especially if it's a true chatbot that is actually responding to you automated. Remember, as real estate professionals, as realtors in our group, we do have the responsibility to know and identify when a consumer stops being a consumer and customer and becomes a client. When they start giving crucial information, it changes. Well, if it's an AI chatbot, we may not be in the middle of the conversation, but we still are owed our due diligence to them to make sure we understand all the things that we are using in our tools and how they're being communicated to. So if you're going to use these, I would test them. I would play with them. I would get to know when that conversation most likely will change from customer, consumer to client. I'm not saying don't do them afterwards. I'm saying just make sure you know what's happening. So next, one of the things we want to talk about is what does it look like to have your video editing solutions? Descript is a really good tool for this. There's a lot of AI video editing tools, but you will see in here that I can upload a video. It will transcribe for me. It will try to edit for clarity. It will remove filler words, digressions, blather, remove filter words, shorten word gaps. It has a lot of functionality in here. So I can do this and make this well. I can keep the eye contact right where I'm at. I can use some AI for that. I can generate an image if I needed to. I could publish it out. I could use this as a brainstorming session. These are really good solutions I can put in place and make this work for me. Descript AI is a really good tool. It will do other functionality for you as well besides just editing, but I think this is where this one comes to play. You can take those videos, especially for my friends out there that don't want the videos, that don't want to be doing this. They worry about how they look and how they sound. This will help clear some of that up. So do not be afraid to take advantage of these conversations. So that is that. Now, one of my other favorite tools in here, trying to keep these videos shorter, but there's so many tools out here that I want to make sure we talk about and take advantage of, is RPR. Now, I love RPR. There's a lot of great tools for RPR, but since we're talking AI, one of the things I want to make sure we talk about in there is using the research functionality, and I can go residential market trends. And then I can type an area, neighborhood, a zip code, whatever. We're just going to stick with a zip code. Now what we're going to do is pick a community. I just picked St. Charles. Please understand that some communities, because of size, density of data, you may not get all this opportunity. But notice the thing I want to point out here is create a script. And when I create that, I can create a script for a couple things. It's using scriptwriter. It's using ChatGPT. I can make a professional tone, engaging, conversational, friendly, casually. I'm looking for sellers. I can create a video script, a social campaign, or I can analyze the metrics. I'm going to do a video script. And what you'll see here in seconds, I'm going to get a full script. Now, the nice thing about this is there are a couple teleprompter apps out there that you can use. BigView is one of the more favorite ones I use lately, BIGVU, where you could actually copy and paste this into that. It's a phone app, and you can put it in there, and now it's going to overlay over the top, so when you're reading it, it looks like you're looking at the tool. So that becomes something as well with RPR. So there you have it. 6 powerful tools that will completely change how you run your real estate business, from organizing your day to automating your follow-ups and even predicting sellers and buyers using AI as your best friend. Now, if you want to start using AI right away, I got you covered. Go grab my guide in the description below. It has a lot of valuable tools in it. It's packed with ready-to-use prompts, task management solutions, and many, many more things. And don't forget, hit the like button if you found this helpful. Subscribe, and more importantly, hit the notifications bell, because we create videos They're usually on Friday, but they will change every so often. And I am curious. Comment below. Which tool do you want to use? Which ones are you using? Which one did I miss? I will cover in the future videos. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you at the next video.